It's Friday afternoon, which means it's time for your favorite comedy talk show, The Random Kristian Show. Today, The Random Kristian Show is interviewing director and producer Christopher Shawn Shaw. The Random Kristian Show is brought to you by Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena. 5 unique blended salsas made with cilantro and just the right amount of heat. To find a store near you, just visit mrsafamous.com. The Random Kristian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. Created by Colonel James Neil Broaddus, this Facebook group is a great resource and network for creatives. Contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. The Random Kristian Show can now be seen and heard on the Rabbit and Red Radio Network. Check them out at rabbitandredradio.com. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify or at deadcampers.com. Are you looking to add your logo or design to apparel, banners, and other promotional products? Check out Creative Coatings KC for all your branding needs. You can find them online at creativecoatingskc.com. Like what you hear? Don't forget to take a quick second to like, follow, and subscribe to get notifications when we go live. Now here's your host, Kristian Random.
Yeah!
Hey!
I am. Hello, and welcome to the show. It is a fabulous Friday afternoon. The sun is shining. It's not raining. Snow. That's not right. There's no. It's way better than it has been most of in Kansas City. And
the sky is no longer weeping white anymore.
Yeah, my goodness gracious. It was. The fact is, it just stayed super, super cold. So nothing melted. It just.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I love when that happens.
Yeah, I don't. 'Cause it messes up everything in the world, in my world, for what I have to do besides this, which I'd rather be doing this. So like, follow, and subscribe. Okay, great. I am Kristian. That right there, that's Andrew.
And that's Kristian. Yeah.
And hey, look.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi. It's in going right there. Oh no! we got to get fake fingers on each set. So
I know, right? So yeah, we do. Stop it!
Stop it! No, you stop it! No, you stop it! Do we just become best friends?
I thought we said no wet willies during the show.
Sorry. But they're no longer called wet willies because that's not.
Oh, is that offensive to people named Willie?
It's offensive to orcas.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right.
Which that is the proper term for killer whale.
Okay. All right.
Or life-ending whale, not killer.
All right. So are we calling them lubricated ear attacks now?
Ooh.
LEAs?
Oh, kind of like the murder hornets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Lubricated ear attacks. There we
go. Yeah, LEAs. I'm all over it.
Yeah, it's the LEA.
And welcome to the show because this is part of it, and that's why we call it the Random Kristian Show. Yeah, that's how we roll, baby.
Right.
Just deal with it. Let's see, what do we got going? Oh yeah, Christopher Shawn Shaw. Man, if you obviously you won't recognize the man because he's the man behind the camera, controlling the hilarity and the fun and the amazement of these movies and shows that he has put together. So very excited. I was so lucky to be able to grab him and have him come on. As I stated the other week about how hard it is to try and wrangle some of this talent. All of a sudden, the stars are aligning. We've got all sorts of people coming on. So let's just give you a quick rundown. So in case you're wondering what's happening and what's coming up, next week, if you've been on TikTok, even for 5 seconds, you've seen this lady, Crazy Auntie On. She is hilarious. She's on TikTok. She's on Instagram, YouTube. Just such a good God.
Oh, and there you hit your camera, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Jeez, really thought I had all this fixed. I seriously fixed so much of this. yesterday. So, Andrew, if you want to
Yeah, pop out, pop back in.
oh,
Anyway,
popping out.
yeah. Crazy Auntie on again. You've seen her on Instagram. You've seen her on YouTube, on TikTok. She's the one that does all the really fun sing-alongs and everything. It's going to be so much fun with her in there. Joining us from across the pond. So it's going to be late for her, but she agreed to come on the show, which is awesome. And then on January 31st, Tanja D coming back on the show. We had so much fun with her last time, and she's got a bunch of things coming up in the pipeline. So yeah, Tanja D, comedian. So excited to have her on. And that's going to be great. So yeah, so a lot happening for the Random Christian Show in the month of January, but also in February as well. Our friend Travis Dunn is coming back. So I big on the quotes with the friend Travis Dunn there. You know, he likes Kristian.
Oh no, he really likes Andy.
Yeah.
Andy and Travis have an amazing relationship. One that also garners lawyers and restraining orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis Dunn, and you brought up Mark Sowersby coming up.
Oh yeah, Mark.
Another past guest. His book has now become a movie. He's been doing the talk show circuit, so he's going to be talking about all of that. Also, after Travis Dunn, we're going to have comedian Ray Cooper. This guy, he's still an up and comer, but I've caught him a little bit, and he's just so funny and quick. Just love his humor. It's great fun. So we're gonna have him on. Then Miss Carla Jackson with the Red Letter Awards is going to be coming back with us and talking about the next award show and all these nominees. We're one of them that are going to be coming up. So thank you very much. And after Carla Jackson, guy I've been working on for a while, Scott Wood, actor, comedian. He's going to be coming on. He's actually
we're gonna see some of his work in here today.
We're going to see some of his work here in just a wee bit.
Yeah,
lasses. So anyway, I hope everybody's safe and well wherever you're at. Down in if you're south, you're not used to what's happening right now, and so please just stay home.
Would anybody be used to that?
To running the snow?
No, are you talking about LA?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was going there, but we had
okay.
a big snow ice storm hit through the southeast and Texas, and it's basically shut them down. It's
okay.
But yeah, and actually, Los Angeles could use some of that snow ice. Pacific Palisades, Topanga Canyon area. I think the last count I heard was over 10,000 homes and buildings have been just devastated. So our prayers and thoughts are all out with all of you. Me and Andy are both from originally from California. So we have relations and people that we all know around these areas.
Yeah, a lot of roots.
And the great thing is, even people from out of the state have been offering to help. And hello, EB, thank you so much. You're in Kentucky. Yeah, I've heard all about it. I'm also in the transportation business, so I deal with all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just been amazing. People who have just whatever they can do. They've been outreaching and helping all these people, and it's just amazing, and it really puts your faith back into us as a country and people. So thank you all for doing all that you can do. Just keep it up, and because, like I said, we're the ones we got to rely on. We can't rely on our government. We can't rely on anything else. So I'm so glad to see everybody helping everybody. And that's what it's about, kids. So thank you all so much. Anyway, so moving forward and such forth. I still don't have a sounder for iHeartRadio Random.
Oh, yeah. We got to figure that out.
We really, really need to. Oh, you know what? Joe Jackson, Sunday Papers. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I mean, it's a great song either way.
It is a great song. No, absolutely.
So, that being said, hey, how about some random iHeart news? And I don't have video clips because.
How's that?
And now, the random iHeart news with Kristian Random, with commentary by Andrew. All right,
Expert opinion.
Yeah. Our color commentator,
Right.
Andrew. All right, yeah. So, and some of these kind of refer back to the holidays, which I was like, we've already kind of. I mean, I guess it's only a
No,
couple.
it's still fresh ish.
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 So anyway, without further ado, the random iHeart news, randomness of randominity. Right here, I got it. So Paris Hilton, yeah, she's kind of back in the news. I'm not sure how she keeps getting back in the news and why. I guess maybe she pays to be put in the news. But I don't know. Did you hear about this? She's been getting a lot of a flack and comments on social media about her holiday photo posts.
No, I obviously heard, but I didn't see anything or do any.
Well, they actually had some photos, not the really risque one.
Okay.
Where she posed with just a bow.
Oh.
Big red bow. And
okay.
That's really it. But there was another one where she's kind of Santa-esque, and then fishnet stockings, and she's all kind of, it's like a pinup model, and
like the spirit store sexy Santa type thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, spirit store, or any cheap lingerie, stripper clothing supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, our holiday photos. I mean, she's a mother of two. Everybody's like, wow, come on, man. Hilton also posted pictures of her, in the racing negligee and the fishnet stockings with her own little commentary of all wrapped up and ready to slive this holiday season. Hashtag Slivmas and hashtag That's Hot, which is, I think,
that's her saying. Yeah.
Go to Mr. Amelia. Welcome to the show. Thank you for stopping in, sir. So yeah, sliv. I guess.
Yeah. Fetch isn't going to happen. So we need a sliv isn't going to happen. Paris, you just stop trying to make sliv happen.
Yeah. What?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be some LA thing, rich people LA thing. I don't know.
way upper rich about.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, nothing says the holidays like exploiting wealth and catchphrases with oh yeah, and just horn it up, period.
Yeah,
it's Paris.
Right.
Yeah, she's got a podcast. Yeah.
It does better than ours.
because she's got millions of dollars.
Okay, well, so next time, Kristian, around the holidays, I think you just need to post a picture of yourself in a red bow, and we'll be up there.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay, well, there you go.
There
you go.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
There you go. See, perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This fun.
All right. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Oh, rapper and actor Ice-T. I'm sorry. He got the news here.
Big difference.
Yes. Big difference. But both actors and rappers, and
yes.
Very good in both fields. Very well. Ice-T, he got into a heated exchange with police in some newly released footage.
Okay.
What? Ice-T, the lead singer of Body Count, that wrote the song "Cop Killer," he got in a heated debate with the police. No, I
So
can't.
wait, was he just warm tea after the heated debate?
Apparently it's just fake news, because why would Ice-T do anything like that?
That's true.
I mean, he's such a law-abiding.
Oh,
I mean, now he's millions and actor, and the funny thing is he plays a detective on SVU.
Well, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny that.
Did you actually see the video of it?
I got clips of it, and I was like, well, he's just arguing.
We got to get a report from our guest, because he saw the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
So we'll put a pin in that for Christopher Shawn Shaw.
We're pinning it. All right, let's see. Oh, here's this is not holiday-ish. A new poll. A new poll came out, shows how most of Americans will remember Joe Biden's presidency.
Exactly. That's exactly how we're going to remember it. Bumbling over his words. Well done.
Thank you.
No, well done. Excellent work. That was great delivery.
Oh,
there.
There's more, Andrew. I'm just getting warmed up.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Hey, all right though. I was a way better president. Okay, sorry. So when we asked to see the poll results, we're just given a picture of a stuffed squirrel, and Biden's responding with, "Hey man, there's gonna be ice cream. Everyone needs ice cream, and why not? I mean, antelopes do it, and now we're going to."
Okay.
I'm
reading.
That was a horrible Biden impression, by the way.
Very bad. Yeah.
Anyway, in a related story, two death row inmates have rejected Biden's. I'm sure you heard about this. He was giving commutation of their life sentences. Did you hear about he was
right? Yeah.
Okay. I was talking to you.
Yeah. So is it just me, or I've heard that Biden has done more in the last 3 weeks than he's done for the last 4 years?
His entire presidency. Oh, you better keep going. Squirrel.
Did they switch his coffee or something? So he's actually awake now?
Maybe.
And he's
they put him from decaf to caffeinated.
Right. Yeah.
And then they gave him a Monster.
Right. So, coffee and Red Bull in the morning. That's what he's getting.
Instead of creamer, it's just a little.
Biden has wings now. That's what's going on.
Oh yeah. Oh. Can you imagine now? Okay. Anyway, they rejected Biden's offer to commutate their life sentences when asked why they would rather face death than life. They merely responded by saying, "Nah, we're good." It was also noted that apparently the prisoners had not been told that President Biden had not won the election. Here, you know what? I'm giving myself that one.
There you go. Yeah. Hey.
And yeah, we're almost done, kids. It's the last one. Here's the last one right here. Yeah. The crowd's fired up. In Puerto Rico, over the New Year, there was a massive power outage on on New Year's Eve, affecting pretty much most of the island. It was later noted that there was a misunderstanding and that the Puerto Rican officials actually thought it was April Fool's Day.
Did the government issued calendars not get sent correctly again?
Apparently, they had their months,
Right.
April and then February, January,
Okay.
March.
All right.
I'm not sure. These are my hands. I'm not sure what to do with them anymore. Oh, hey, look.
There you go. Does it work? It's working. Look at it. See, I told you it's working.
No, it just makes a really gross sound and it confuses me. So, that's it for the random iHeart random news. I'm sorry. We're working with the writers. We'll have something better soon. But in the meantime, you hear that music. You know what that means? It's now time for the Random Island. Hey, oh, hey. Hey, oh. Hey, oh. Where's the Random Nine? There it is. There's the crawler.
Hey. All right.
So, Andy has gotten with our crack writing team. And on the school bus on the way home today, they put together 9 topics and answers for...
So it's award season, right? The Golden Globes were last weekend, right? But it got them thinking, right? Are there like weird award shows that we just don't know about that are out there? So
I'm sure there is.
So this is the Random 9 awards that you do not want to win or be nominated for in a given year. So these are actual real award shows that are handed out every year, but these are ones that you just don't want.
So these are real actual
These are real actual award shows that happen every year. Number 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, wrong button.
Not yet.
There we go.
Number 9 is the Pegasus Award. The Pegasus Award is presented to the worst claims of special psychic, magic, or paranormal abilities. Real. Absolutely real.
And I'll bet they all dress like Harry Potter.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Spellicus.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 8.
Oh, number 8. Oh, wrong button again.
Hey, why? Number 8 is the IG Nobel Prize.
What?
So the IG Nobel Prize is to celebrate the most unusual or trivial scientific achievement of the year.
Like the
squishy stress ball.
Squishy stress ball. That makes weird, gross noises. That's gonna blow up on me one day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7. The Stella Awards goes to the most frivolous lawsuit. And this is named after the girl who tried to sue McDonald's for all that money a bunch of years back.
For the hot coffee?
Yes. So they made an award named after her for the most frivolous lawsuit of the year.
When you say Stella, all I think of is the Seinfeld episode where Stella.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which is a takeoff of a famous movie, but I can't. Oh, Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I would actually really enjoy being a part of that show.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we could get on as guest commentators.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would
be fun.
Make some calls.
Yeah.
Make some calls. What happened here?
Oh, I'm not sure. I might have pushed something.
I think
I might have pushed something wrong. I was checking the private chat, and it won't scroll down, and I hit a button and it messed up.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bring us back.
All right. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Hey-o. All right.
Heyo.
All right.
All right. Number 6.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is the Golden Fleece Award. This is given to the public official for squandering public funds in the worst way.
I like it. I like it a lot. So was there a number one? I guess that's one of my questions is we just when can we attend these?
Yeah, I know, right? I need to find out when the actual awards get.
We're gonna have to get somewhere and
yeah. Although I don't imagine there's an actual ceremony for these. I think these are just given out because who would show up to receive these?
Right. We would.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Ridiculous waste of time.
Yeah.
Random Kristian show.
Yeah. Hey.
I'll bring the soundboard with us. We'll just have a little.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number 5 of 9 random weird awards that you do not want to be nominated for. This is the Stinky Shoe Award. All right. Now, this is actually given to the most school-spirited person, but it's determined by how stinky your shoe is.
I so would have won this back in the day.
Right? Yeah.
Like, seriously, had vomitous smelling shoes sometimes.
Right.
Especially after like wrestling or going out skating and,
Right. Yeah.
No, that wouldn't have been good. Plus, I drop bong water on my shoes a lot too. So
yeah.
Not a good idea.
No.
All right, moving on.
Number 4, the Turnip Prize. The Turnip Prize goes to the deliberately bad modern art. The best deliberately bad modern art piece made that year.
So, like the banana taped on the wall?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Because nothing says art like that, and then paying. What was it? How much did they pay for that?
I forget. It was a lot. It was like millions or something, right?
Yeah, and it actually really happened.
Yeah.
So, no, you know what the award is? A bat to the head.
Yeah. Oh, Chris is saying it sold for 4.5 million.
Oh, good Lord.
We're in the wrong business. We are absolutely in the wrong business.
We are so in the wrong business. Well,
yeah. There you go. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Stupid stinky ball.
Yeah. Right. Number 3.
Oh, number 3.
This is the Big Brother Award. This is exactly what it sounds like. This is given to the government official who does the most to threaten personal privacy. I killed you. Did I kill you?
Oh, it's still the cold that's never going away. Oh my god! And the scary thing is that's a thing.
Yeah,
and that we're
right. Yeah,
yeah, and like to. I don't want to know who won because it's probably somebody that's been around my town.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, we know. All right. Number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. This one's given out in the UK. It is the Foot in Mouth Award, and it's given to public figures that make the worst baffling comments.
So I'm sure Prince Andrews or King.
Probably.
King.
Probably.
Is quite on the top of the list there, lads.
Right. Yeah.
And lasses and lads.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, then. You ready? Here
I'm ready. Number 1.
Numero uno.
This is my favorite. This is the Bad Sex in Fiction Award. This is given to the author who produces the worst description of sex in written word.
I really want to enter that contest.
Right? Yeah. So just write some really
hot
write
take
some-
sandwich, riding a horse, flies, and a flat root beer.
Yeah, just write some really bad fan fiction, put it online, and you're all set.
Well, we're gonna have to find out how to do that.
Christopher in the private chat, check please.
Hey-o! All right. Well, and there it is.
That's it.
The random
nine list for this week.
Insane award shows that actually exist.
That you don't want to be nominated for.
No, ever.
No.
Ever. No, bad. Definitely bad. Yeah, definitely bad. Only bad on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. All right, kids. So speaking of random and 9 things, how about some salsas? Because
get on it.
We got the hookup with the good salsas, and we haven't gotten the official word on it yet, so we're kind of waiting for some authorization. But mango salsa, pineapple mango, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh gosh, what was the other one she was bringing back?
The Red Delicious.
Oh yeah, Red Delicious.
The Red Delicious.
So we'll begin once we know about that. We will be letting you know. But in the meantime, just want to throw this out here for you because we can do that, and she's our sponsor, and we're kind of obligated at this point. Play this what we like to call advertisement for our sponsor. Why can't I find it? There it is. Here she is.
You know the holidays are upon us, and what isn't more festive than salsa? What, you don't think salsa screams happy holidays? Well, then you haven't had Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. It's made with the freshest ingredients and delicious cilantro. Mrs. A's has 3 amazing flavors that beg to be paired with your holiday treats. There's the original, which pleases even the most finicky of tastes. Then there's the amazing salsa verde that would make even the Grinch smile with delight. And to warm you up, the hot salsa has just enough heat and it's full of flavor. Now the best part is there's no onions. That's right, so you won't be ruining the fun or your date with onion breath. Mrs. A's famous salsa buena is located in the refrigeration section of your favorite grocer to stay as fresh and delicious as possible. You can find Mrs. A's famous salsa buena from the West Coast all the way through the Rockies and expanding every day. If you can't find it, demand that your grocer go get Mrs. A's famous salsa buena and get your holidays partying. Go to Miss.
Yeah, do it.
There we go.
And you will be so satisfied and so happy and so pleased with yourself for choosing the right salsa. Always choose salsa responsibly.
Very true.
Yeah, because it's so good. It really is. I can't stress it enough because not because she's our sponsor and she's a friend of ours, but because it's just damn good is what it is. Anyway, so moving forward and such forth, we're getting to our guest. Kristian Shawn Shaw has put together so many fantastic movies and shows. He's got some incredible talent in these movies and shows. And the great thing is that they're all faith-based. They're all just great, fun, entertaining shows you can watch with your family. And some of the things he tackles and the way he tackles them is
it's really good.
It's so great. It's so great. So without further ado, kids, here's our intro music for please bringing to the studio right now, Kristian Shawn Shaw. There.
You stopped the music.
No,
we
it's
love to do that just to make you look weird.
well, yeah,
Okay.
we enjoy the dance. We really do.
Yeah.
And it's just another thing to write off on the list of skills for Christopher Shawn Shaw.
Dancing on random podcasts.
Right. Check.
And the bucket list is done. Moving on.
You check that off 10 days into the new year. I mean, come on. What more could you want, right?
Yeah.
I can coast now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Go get that lottery ticket, my man. Yeah. So, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you so much for taking time out of, I know your insanely hectic schedule. So this is very, very wonderful of you, and we do appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'm honored.
No, like I said, I was trolling you, I guess, on Facebook or whatever.
That was you?
Yeah.
Well, it was, but
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
blame me. Blame the co-host.
well, I've tapped into his account. And the one skill I do have with the computer, I steal Andy's passwords and get onto his websites. Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm like, I seen I think it was Church People. I saw a little clip of, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? And then you were linked in with it, and I'm like, okay, what is going on here? And so I started, following you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this he's involved in all this great stuff, and the characters and the cast that you end up putting together, man, is just, it's great. And and I'm not trying to knock a lot of other faith-based films and shows and stuff, but yours are so well produced.
Thank you very much.
Really, and there's a lot of great media out there that's faith-based, but it's like
Definitely.
they just kind of throw it together. It's like, man, take a little time. You want to present things right, and you do such a great job. I mean, seriously, it's just very well done. And as somebody who, I'm just on the outside looking in, you really appreciate those things. Now, did you obviously went to school for this, or is this something that you just kind of became a passion and then you delved into it?
Well, first, let me just say that I would be remiss not to shout out the teams that I've been involved with, because filmmaking is a collaborative team effort.
True.
I'm not the reason it looks as good as it does. There's a whole bunch of people surrounding me that support the vision and make sure it happens.
Absolutely.
As far as
you pick them.
I pick them, or other people. I mean, it's kind of a snowball effect. A lot of times you pick the key people, and then, hey, look who's on! Look who's on!
Yeah.
Scott! Hello! Welcome to the show, my man. We were just talking you up a little while ago.
You haven't missed it, Scott. We haven't shown the Something Smells Funny clip yet. But but to answer your so yes, I can help pick them, but a lot of times what happens in filmmaking is you tap the key people, and then they tap the people that are going to be working under them, and it just snowballs. So
Yeah.
Of course, you can have meetings with them and stuff, and final approval and all that stuff. But then also sometimes it depends on the project. Final approval may be done by somebody else, because there may be somebody higher on the chain than the director. A lot of times that's the case. So the director doesn't always get to select all the cast, and the director doesn't always get to do all the final say check marks, but they're the ones that people look to when you're on set doing something. As far as schooling, I actually went to college for acting, because I originally wanted to be a movie star. But then when I moved to Southern California from Ohio, it was a jump, but I seemed to accommodate relatively easily to different environments. But yeah, I just was very lackadaisical about pursuing it. And over the years, and I'd already fiddled with, home cameras and stuff when I was growing up. And so I did some behind the scenes stuff, and I did in front of the camera stuff. And so I just found myself, especially after moving to Southern California, I found myself more and more behind the camera and enjoying it more and more eventually.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my directing experience is actually just for, gleaning from other people and hands-on. I mean, like you learn probably the most when you're just hands-on doing it.
Yeah.
Scott jumped in on my lead. I was gonna jump on here. So basically, you were acting, hanging out back there, and they're like, "Listen, you're doing a lot better back here, like away from here, but over here." And
Scott.
but I'm behind the camera now. That's perfect. You're looking great.
Well,
You're perfect focus. Got it.
I have a face for behind the camera, right?
Right. Well,
Right.
it's like we have a face for radio.
You have a face for
Yeah,
radio,
exactly.
except you're doing a video podcast.
Well, it's all part of my evil plan, Kristian. I thought it was just a vocal attack. Anyway, all right. But no, it just kind of morphed into something that you really fell into, and but also, I mean, being an actor, you need to know all this stuff anyway, so you're just kind of working all the different angles. That's how you sell this, Christopher.
Okay, good.
Not I started out acting.
I didn't bring my notepad. I didn't bring my notepad, so excuse me. Let me type some notes here.
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
3x5. We'll have these out.
You keep them coming. You keep them coming.
Boy, some director, Christopher. Jeez, I'm telling you.
Hey, Scott, you stole my line that I stole from somebody else.
Right.
There, we got that for there. There you go, Scott. So basically, you kind of evolved into the directing, and if when you're directing, what is your biggest challenge? I mean, because it seems like as a director, you're kind of like the only parent at a 6-year-old's birthday party where they've been in the ice cream and cake already, and the presents have been opened.
It depends on which phase of the project. I would say before you're even on set, the biggest challenge that I like to call the filmmaker's F word is funding. Funding. So, funding, yes. So, but I would say on set, some of the biggest challenges are time, because the sun still rises and sets when the sun rises and sets.
Yeah.
And just making sure you get everything. I would say time is a huge challenge. And then, sometimes personalities, I mean, don't tell anybody, but that Scott Wood can be a bugger. I'm kidding, Scott. That was a joke.
Oh man, Scott.
Yeah. He's gonna zing. He's gonna bring the zingers. So
Oh yeah.
Now, okay, so you brought up the funding because obviously you're not a huge Hollywood budget where they give you bazillions of dollars to.
Thanks for reminding me.
I'm just keeping it real, baby. But again, now this goes back to what you've put out and the people you put together to put out what you've done, because it looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It's not the hard cuts here and there like you see on a lot of not so heavily budgeted movies and shows. So how I mean, did you just kind of get a knack for that, or do you leave that to somebody else to figure out the funding, or do you have to go around begging and saying, "Listen, I'll wash your car for 3 years"?
It's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, like, I didn't end up landing the money for Church People, for example. But it just depends. I mean, Thor Ramsey and I have been on numerous Zoom meeting pitch calls where we're pitching projects and stuff. And so, I mean, yeah, it really just depends on the project and what's going on around it. But I'm typically not the person who actually lands the funds, but I assist, wherever it's feasible for me to do so.
Right. Absolutely. Now, for those listening on the audio version of this, we've got Christopher Shawn Shaw, director, producer of Church People, and your latest venture, Lifeless, a zombie musical.
The latest one that's about to release. I actually have another one in post production, a short film called Last Words. That EB, she was on the call earlier. I don't know if she's still there, but EB is a part of Last Words. That's in post production right now with our Norwegian director Oyvind Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I was a producer on that. But yes, Lifeless, a musical zomedy starring Aaron Folin, Victoria Jackson, Brad Stein, Darby Capolino, and Josh Mancuso, is releasing on the Kristian Movies YouTube channel. Can I have the drum roll, please?
Yeah. Drum roll. There you go.
In 2 weeks from today.
And you get the DJ air horn. What's up?
So Friday, January 24th at 6 a.m. in the morning, it goes public on the Kristian Movies YouTube channel. It's at Kristian Movies. If you're on YouTube, just search at Kristian Movies.
Okay. Yes. All right.
And it'll be there starting at 6 a.m. and for however long it stays on that platform. And it should be on other platforms throughout the year as well. That's just the first one that I can announce that I'm aware of. So
right.
that has an actual date, you know.
And we deal with a lot of actors and actresses and stuff. They're like, well, I can tell you it's a show I'm going to do, and that's all I can say right now. So
right, yeah. No, I can tell you quite a bit. And you have a teaser for it, I believe.
Oh yes,
we do.
Is now a good time to show the teaser for you're not going to really know what it's about, but it's a fun little teaser.
All right, let's try the teaser real quick, and then we're going to jump into maybe a couple other clips that you've supplied us with of your other films. So go ahead and let's hit that.
We can't leave Scott hanging too long. I mean, come on.
I know it's true. Yeah,
Nancy.
Yeah. Here we go for Lifeless.
There are no answers in this grim fountain of you.
Say again. Brains. Where? So here's the deal.
I love that part where the brains where
Yeah.
And then Brad Stein. I love his stand up and his work, but that man, how did you keep him in makeup? Because he is the sweatiest dude I've ever seen in my life.
Well, he's the sweatiest dude you've seen in your life because he rants on stage, right? And he's constantly pacing back and forth, and he's all worked up, and he's probably under the stage lights and everything. But he's not like that in real life.
He's
chill.
A lot calmer when you're direct.
He's chill, yeah. So no, and he wait till you see the scene that he's in with Aaron. It's the first scene of the short. And there's a certain part of the scene that he ad-libbed the physicality of it differently than it was written in the script, and it was funnier than it was written in the script. And now's a great time to say shout out to Darren Cogan, our screenwriter and executive producer, because he knocked out an incredible script, and he also wrote the lyrics to the songs. He'd never written song lyrics before. He wrote the lyrics to the songs, wrote the screenplay, executive produced it, was a major champion for the project, and so that was his baby. So shout out to Darren Cogan. He's also an executive producer on Last Words with EB, who's hanging out there. But yes, Brad, when you see that scene, and you'll know it when you see it. It's at the end of their scene. And when he finally stands up, all that physicality was not scripted. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Because he's great, and that's the beauty of having such talented people like that. When they just throw out the improv lines, and you're like, no, we're keeping that. There's we're done. Day's out. I mean, now does that happen a lot for you, or are you like, no, we're gonna stick with the script? You know.
The way that I usually work with the writers is we usually get what is on the page
Right.
as much as possible, and then if there's time, I love to let the actors play.
Yeah.
I see my job with directing actors more so allowing the actors to bring to the table what they bring to the table, and then if it needs adjustments, we discuss adjustments. But I
Okay.
mean, you're hiring them because you think, they're going to be a great fit for the role, or even the best fit for the role, right?
Right.
So let them do what they do, bring that to the table, and then, if there needs to be discussion or whatever in between setups or in between takes, then that's where you just give slight tweaks.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention or to ask is, your shows are all faith based.
And not all, but mostly. I mean, like Something Smells Funny isn't necessarily faith based, but it's Christians behind it who are doing it.
Right.
But yeah, not all, but faith based, and some are overtly faith based, and others are more redemptive in nature, but still with a faith based worldview.
Right. But okay, so now, is it a requirement for you to hire only faith-based actors?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I would say the majority of the cast and crew on Church People were not Christian. A lot of the crew on Something Smells Funny weren't Christian. So no, absolutely not. Not a prerequisite.
Nice, but
Well, I mean, I think it's really, really important that you have like-minded people surrounding you in the key departments as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, like, there's some incredibly talented actors and crew that, I mean, you don't, that's not a box that I require to be checked off.
Right.
But
no, absolutely. And I just, like I said, I always kind of wondered, I'm like, do they keep it real strict, or and I'm sure there's probably some places that are like, oh no, we're just dealing with straight Christian actors or whatever. And,
yeah, I mean, there are some people that work that way,
but I mean, no, and I think that's the whole part of Christianity is we're accepting of everyone. I mean, it doesn't mean that everything's right that they're doing. But,
doesn't mean we condone everything.
Yeah.
How are we gonna reach the world if we're only reaching ourselves?
Well, don't make it weird. Don't. Make it weird. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we try to keep this PG-13, Christopher. Good Lord, have mercy. And
Scott, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
We're banning Scott from the chat right now.
Okay.
For everybody listening on the audio version, we got Christopher Shawn Shaw, director, producer, Church People, Something Smells Funny, the internet show. Now, where can we find that? That's
a really good question. That's kind of in limbo right now. It did live on Tubi for, I think, a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
But it's no longer on Tubi, and it's looking for a home. So, if there's anybody out there with a station and some green who wants to talk to our executive producer,
yeah,
then we would love to do more episodes, and we would love to, find a good home. Isn't that right, Scott? Scott, you can talk now.
I have somebody I can refer you to, sir.
Oh, sweet.
She was just on the show the other day. Our show is actually going to be on there. Tammy Devine of the Divine Family Entertainment. It's a new network that's going to be launching here soon.
Cool. Well, happy to connect her with the executive producer and see if they can work something out.
Yep.
But what we really need, though, is we need to do more shows, and that's going to take more the filmmaker's F word. Funding. Yeah. So
there it is. All right. So now let's go back to some of the basis of where we've come from here. And Andy, you got the Church People clip ready? Because I love this clip. I love this trailer.
We ready?
Yeah, hit it.
Here we go for Church People.
I told you if we broke attendance records, I'd get the church logo tattooed on my arm.
Skip, remember back when we first started? All we did was preach the gospel.
Ooh, Superman works. I like Superman. Guy, what do you think?
What happened to you?
Me? Your dad is the one with the gimmicks.
The power of the Holy Spirit propels us.
I just want the church to get back to the gospel.
Problem is you're trying to get your message across.
The gospel?
Right. And ain't nobody listening to that.
For Good Friday and Easter, I need something big. Amen?
Bigger than the resurrection.
Bigger than anything we've ever done. National headlines.
Preach on the death and resurrection of Jesus.
Bam! An actual crucifixion.
Uh-oh.
By placing the nails through your palms in the right place, we hope to avoid major nerve damage.
Operation Stop Skip is a go. That's awesome.
You have to cancel this Good Friday stunt.
Don't be so dramatic, honey. Ooh, I like the rusty ones.
What are you gonna do?
I told him he's insane.
Been praying for you about that toe fungus.
This could be beneficial for all parties involved.
We foster a yes environment here.
God wanted me to marry you and you could be my wife.
I have an answer for you.
That's so I was laughing the entire time.
It's such an amazing trailer.
Well, I got to give a big shout out here. So Collide Media Group was our distributor. They're out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Fantastic folks over there, Bob Elder and team. But big shout out to the editor they tapped to do that trailer, Scott Edge. Scott Edge is a phenomenal editor, and he did that trailer with their supervision. But I mean, it was, from my understanding, it was mostly him. So so shout out to Scott Edge, just fantastic job. I totally intend on tapping him again when we have what's that F word again?
Funding.
Yeah, when we have funding. I totally plan to tap him again for trailers.
It's today's secret word.
We hear funding. Shout roll out. Okay. Okay. So now, do you get to pick these scripts? Are you the one picking these, or are they coming to you and saying, "Hey, we've got this script. We think you're going to be the best director for this. Will you?"
So it's a really
happen?
It's a really good question. It depends again on the project. So with Church People, I met Thor Ramsey on Facebook in 2009.
Yeah.
And in 2010, we collaborated on our very first short film together. And it was my very first professional looking short film. He wrote it and starred in it. It's called Skip Listening. We also have a feature length script for that we need. What's that word again? Funding for, yes. And it's a great feature length script. Dare I say, better than the short film. And people love that short film. It's called Skip Listening. Some of your listeners may have heard it or seen it. So on that particular project, Thor, the original title of the movie was Youth Group. And one of the reasons Thor worked on Skip Listening, because it wasn't a paid gig for him, really. But one of the reasons he worked on it was because he had this script, Youth Group, and he knew he needed to network with filmmakers if he was going to get it made. And so he thought, well, I got to start working with filmmakers, right?
Right.
So he came on the project. It was a great time, and we're sitting and editing on the project. And I was hoping he would want to collaborate again because I really enjoy his sense of humor, and I really enjoyed collaborating with him. And so we're sitting and editing on Skip Listening, which was it was for a speed filmmaking competition. So we had 7 days to shoot, edit, turn it in.
Oh wow!
Oh my
And
god!
it's a yearly competition, right? So there's a theme, and it's a faith-based speed filmmaking competition. There's a theme and a Bible verse. You get the Bible verse. You have 10 or 11 days to write the script, and then right after that 10 or 11 days, you go right into the 168 hours. It's called 168 Film Project. Look it up at 168filmproject.com.
Okay.
Fantastic competition. There's a writing competition. There's you don't have to do the speed film. I think you might have to be a returning producer who's done a speed film to do a speed film, or to not do a speed film. That's what I meant. But anyway, so we're sitting and editing on Skip Listening, trying to get this ready within the 7-day time frame, right? And I'm like, so do you want to do this again next year? He goes, next year? I want to do this again next week. So and we've been collaborating on shorts and features. We have okay. This is going to sound like I'm maybe fibbing a little bit here, but I'm not fibbing. Thor has about 25 to 30 scripts waiting for funding.
Oh wow!
So if y'all like church people, pray for funding, because we have stuff that's better than that. We have one right now that we're working on that I can't go too far into, but we have one right now that we're working on that's a satire. That's a satire as well on a different. It's not a satire in the church. It's a satire about a major controversial issue that shouldn't be controversial at all, and it's getting some traction. So we got some really good producers working on it, and they're trying to get the
funding.
Yeah, funding. Thank you. They're trying to get the funding, but so how it worked with church people was I connected with Thor on Facebook. We did Skip Listening. He told me as we were working on Skip Listening, he said that he had the script that he wanted to get made, and he wanted to direct and star in it. And then while we were working on Skip Listening and we were in between takes and stuff, he just sort of said, yeah, I don't think I want to direct youth group anymore. And I'm like, well, who do you want to direct it? Hoping he would say, I could direct it.
Right.
You could direct it.
Yes.
And that's literally how I originally got the gig. So,
well,
and thankfully, when we brought other producers on with bigger names than us, one producer with a bigger name than us, he was an actor in the movie. But when we brought on other people who had more clout than us, let's say that, they kept us on. They kept Thor as the star and me as the director, and it was Thor's first, feature length film as the star. He was #1 on the call sheet.
Wow!
And it was my first, narrative feature film, narrative comedy feature film. So,
dude,
yeah,
wow, well played, bud.
Thanks.
Now,
hey, shout out to God, because shout out to Jesus, because I don't think that would have come together the way it did had it not been for the hand of God.
Absolutely. No.
Wow.
That's it's and again, it's just, I mean, every little bit of that trailer, you can't stop laughing. I mean, I love it. We got to do something bigger than the resurrection. And then he's sitting there, he's got them nailed. Ooh, I like the rusty ones. I mean, there's some mega churches where one of these guys is like, yeah.
Well, do you want to hear the story of how that idea came about?
Okay.
So Thor had about 5 or 6 drafts that did not, he had about 5 drafts, I think, that did not have, and this is before I came on board. He had about 5 drafts that he was going back and forth with somebody at the faith department of Sony at the time. And shout out to Josh Nadler. He was the one who went back and forth with him, because he had a pitch meeting with Sony faith division, and told him about this, and they wanted to see it. And then he sent it in, and he actually got notes back and forth like 5 times, maybe 6 times. And so the crucifixion part wasn't in the story in the beginning. So what Josh told him was, what you need, because there's a bunch of subplots in the movie, and so he goes, what you need is a big idea to bring all the subplots and all the characters together at the end. And so he's like, oh, okay, big idea. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'll have my antennas up for a big idea. And then one day, a church plant pastor friend called him and said, you're never going to believe what this big mega church, I think it was Mars Hill, if I'm not mistaken. You're never going to believe what Mars Hill is going to do for Good Friday. And he goes, what? They're going to have a live crucifixion. And he's like, no way. He's like, I'm looking at their website right now. They're going to have a live crucifixion. It's like, no way. So then they're like, okay, we got to check this out. So they further investigated it. Turns out it wasn't actually going to be a live crucifixion, but it was going to be so graphic that they had all these trigger warnings. It was going to be a very graphic presentation of the Passion Play, right? So they had all these trigger words. But here's the thing. For a moment, they both thought that the American Evangelical Church had gotten to the point that somebody would actually do that. And he goes, there's my big idea. And so that's how that part of the story came about, because he had a script that did not involve the crucifixion aspect before. But yeah, it was a wonderful. I was tremendously blessed and privileged to be able to helm that project.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I just every second or every part that you just see there, you can't stop laughing.
Yeah,
and it's just a tribute to all the work that you guys all put into it, and you truly blessed with a great crew, obviously.
Oh yeah, we had
a lot of this stuff that we've seen. We're not going to have to. Well,
we have to show Something Smells Funny because we talked about it.
Yeah,
so
I know.
We
got to get Scott in here. So let's let Andy run that clip real quick for.
Got it.
Now give us a rundown real quick on the whole basis of this show.
Two comics walk into a kitchen. Hilarity ensues.
And there it is.
Let's talk about the show Chuck. You played Big Mike.
That was a lot of fun. You can't zest and talk at the same time?
Yeah, you know.
It's a cooking show, Scott. It's a cooking has to happen.
There's a comic in the kitchen. It's time for Something Smells Funny. Hey, welcome to Something Smells Funny, the cooking show with stand-up comics.
Everybody steals Dana Carvey's impressions.
I've never done that. Never, not gonna do it.
My parents made me become a comedian.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor. And they said, no, we want a failure in the family.
Okay,
so,
great. Now, did you personally cut the cheese or no?
No.
Okay. Because something smells funny, Bobby.
You want to break them down really good, so make sure you crush them. It looks like you just like fondling them. Crush them, Scott.
Nobody ever asks me about my culinary skills.
They don't?
No, never.
This will be the blonde leading the blonde, okay, people? Now, what does that do?
Let's go to the bathroom really quick.
Okay, yeah. Food can kill you. My uncle got run over by Meals on Wheels. Can you believe that? This is going to be delicious. It's a half-hour show, Victoria. I don't know. Like we did with Play-Doh and sand at the beach.
See how that looks?
She'll be so impressed if I did this.
She would be. She'd be impressed that you're actually in the kitchen.
That does look, I'm gonna be honest, it looks sick and disgusting, Jimmy. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I've been wanting to bite this since you got here.
Well, you don't just bite it, Scott. You take a fork.
Well, I wasn't gonna just go face down like a pig. Someone should invent silverware.
Super Popeye spinach explosion will make you big and strong. What's love got to do?
And to all of our viewers, we'll see you next time on Something Smells Funny. Thanks, everybody. This is so good.
That is great. I could watch every episode of that over and over again because it was just great. Scott works with these people so well. You can just
he nailed it because each comedian comes in. They come in with their recipe and they come in with different styles and personalities, and he nailed every single hosting gig on that. I mean, he nailed it. I mean, just fantastic. So shout out to Scott Wood. Shout out to the guests for coming on the show. And shout out to whoever's out there who wants to provide the funding to do more.
Andy, get in the game, buddy. Yeah.
I have been trying to train you like this for 3 years.
Hey, I'm old. It takes a while for the old
I'm just
dog to learn new
well, I'm just not a good director.
tricks. Yeah, you're not. Behind the scenes, you're great.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, Andy's responsible for a lot of the mise en place of this show, I guess you should say. So no. But man, again, we don't have enough time. I
guess you'll have to have me back.
I was gonna say, would you be able to come back and hang out with us for a little while? And
Absolutely,
we'll do some more of this. But before we let you go,
oh yes,
we've got questions. Yeah, you were a little late on the cue on that one, buddy. That's the old weird guy that lives up in the rafters of wherever this studio ends up, and it's what he lives for. And so basically Random Questions of Insanity is just a series of questions that develops and determines the psyche of our guests.
Oh no.
Really exploits your humanity and inhumanities. So would you like to play? Well, you don't really have a choice. So
I don't have. I mean, I could log off, I guess, but
yeah.
Internet problem. I'll hear you out.
Oh, he's figured it out, Andy.
I know, right?
Yeah. So we do have 2 base questions, and I do think you'll be good for both of them. So our first one is going to be, what is the best James Bond film? And by the way, Scott Wood, no taking notes right now.
Well, since Scott Wood hasn't played James Bond, that's really tough. Okay. So honesty here, I have not seen all the James Bond films. I've only seen a handful, but of the ones that I've seen, the one I enjoyed the most was Skyfall.
See, there is no wrong answers. Oh, did I not mention that?
You did mention that.
Yeah. Okay. So,
but I will say, can I have a little soapbox here? I will say I don't like how I don't like the glorification of the immorality that James Bond personifies.
Okay. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No wrong answers.
Again, there's there's a wrong answer, but I don't know if we'll get to that. Now, this one, I'm very enthused on this one. What is your favorite sandwich, and what all is on it? Scott's magical,
probably
Scott's show.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't do sandwiches on Scott's show, but I would say my favorite sandwich is probably. I mean, does a bacon cheeseburger count as a sandwich?
100%. Right? It is meat between 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah. So I would say a bacon cheeseburger with lettuce and tomato only. With ketchup.
Okay. Just ketchup, no mayonnaise, no mustard.
No, I absolutely hate mayonnaise, and I don't like mustard either. Yeah, mayonnaise is on. I have what's called an HLD list: hate, loathe, and despise, and mayonnaise is towards the top of that list.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm very enthused about the LHD hate or
HLD list: hate, loathe, and despise. And mustard and mayonnaise are on that list.
I am adopting that, dude. That is genius. This is why you're so good.
Yeah, you have to send me residuals or something.
We'll work on it.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
Right. So Andy, go ahead and hit him with one.
Yeah. What was your favorite toy growing up as a child?
Star Wars toys.
Oh, excellent. Did you have like a favorite Star Wars toy? Or was it just in general, plain in general?
It was just in general, and then years later, I started recollecting them. I don't do this now, but I started collecting them and leaving them in the package.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I actually sold off a big chunk of my collection, just I don't know, several years ago, like maybe a decade ago. And yeah, so I love, that was my favorite gift, I think, was or toy was Star Wars toys.
Okay. Sub question really quick. Was there a store that you went to that had the best selection of Star Wars stuff?
Well, the store that I probably saw the most stuff was KB Toy and Hobby at the mall. Okay, so you're familiar with that brand, that name?
Oh
Yeah,
No,
KB
there was
Toy
one.
Hobby.
We had a mall in Pleasanton, California that had a KB Toys. That
Yeah, so
was
KB
the best.
Toy Hobby.
It was the best spot for it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a lot of the toys were, in Kmart, and
Oh, right.
we had
Yeah.
like local places. So for like a lot of the action figures and other toys. So yeah, I mean, they were on a lot of shelves.
Yeah, no, my mom used to shop at Gemco. That's a shout out to the of past. And whenever we went to Gemco, we would run straight to the toy section to look at Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
Gem-
like the first place I would go is the toy section to look at Star Wars stuff. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
and whatever you found that was long and slender, you'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And pew 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 pew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember hearing a ding on that one.
Oh
No, yeah, that's please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Since we're such nerds,
Yeah, we're nerd alert.
there we go. You get the DJ air horn because.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
And I put up the nerd alert sign because we're being nerds. But now it can go away. Sorry. Okay, so we're done nerding out. So now I'm really I've got now I got all sorts of questions. What's your number one bucket list item?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I do very poorly with favorites in number one in most categories because there's too many things.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a favorite movie. I don't have a favorite song. I do have a favorite food though. Is that on? You're going to ask me that question? My favorite food, or just
I'll take that in place of what's on your number one bucket.
My favorite food is pepperoni pizza with extra cheese.
Oh,
hands down. I could eat that multiple times a week. I don't, for the record, I don't, but I could. If I had the
funding.
Funding. Yeah.
No, pizza is, and we can argue about this all day long. Pizza is the perfect food.
Oh my golly. It's so, I mean, there's so many amazing foods, but I mean, that one is easily hands down my favorite.
Pizza's perfect. Now, do you prefer piping hot pizza, or do you let it sit out for a little bit, cool down, then eat
I like it warm. I like it warm. And depending on the pizza, some pizzas are really good reheated. Like we have a place in Petaluma called Old Chicago Pizza.
Oh, we're best friends.
Yeah.
Old Chicago Pizza is delicious reheated. Oh my golly. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, there's a place out here in Kansas City called Minsky's. Same. I mean, there's Old Chicago's out here too, but the Minsky's, they make the best vegetarian pizza ever. But for some reason, you got to let it sit out. Either it's got to be room temperature cold or reheated. And it's amazing. Just so, anyway. All right. I'm now incredibly hungry, so we have to hurry up.
Hey, they're your questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Andrew.
Well, so my next question is typically it's your night to order pizza for us. What do we get? But since you answered that for us,
pepperoni extra cheese.
There you go. No,
and it would either be Round Table Pizza, Old Chicago Pizza, or if you live in a region that has it, Donato's Pizza, which I used to work at when I lived in Ohio.
Oh wow!
Oh, dude!
So shout out to Donato's Pizza. Yeah, Round Table's my favorite.
Dude,
right now Round Table's my favorite, and I would say Old Chicago is maybe a close second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, no, there's no round tables out here in the Midwest, so
yeah,
nobody knows my my joy on that. So anyway,
so if anybody out there wants to send like Round Table gift certificates,
right?
Or Old Chicago, I mean, yeah, because I'm an independent filmmaker that needs funding. Yeah. Not living in a high rise over here, folks. Just not.
All right. So here's my question. Doc Brown shows up in a time machine, can take you back to any movie set where you can be a fly on the wall and watch.
Oh my.
What movie are you a fly on?
Holy crikey.
That was one of my new questions.
I mean, I might think of something better, obviously, after I answered this, but one of the first things that came to mind was the original Star Wars, or I want to amend that, Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Return of the Jedi.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was my favorite of the original trilogy.
Okay, and I was about to say now. There's become I don't know where I caught on to this, but there's a big debate saying, everybody's oh no, New Hope's the best one ever, and there's like people.
I mean, it's phenomenal and groundbreaking, but
Right.
I mean, I would say just the
Empire.
overall aesthetic and epicness, Return of the Jedi, and then
Yeah.
second would be Empire, and then third would be the first one. But they're all like classics.
Yeah.
Classics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they were the absolute best for sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Disney, for screwing all that.
Oh, don't even get me started.
No.
Well, honestly, it started with the prequels. So anyway,
Yeah.
But don't tell a millennial that though, because people who grew up with people who grew up with the prequels tend to really like the prequels. So
right, yeah,
they didn't know the 70s and the original trilogy. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
And see, that's when they get this
survey.
Right. Okay. Since we're down this road already, you have a choice to save the world. Who do you choose, Iron Man or Batman?
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be harder than that.
Because there's only one answer.
Iron Man.
We're now best friends.
Yeah. Iron Man can fly.
He's got the suit.
He's got the suit and all the weapons on the suit. Yeah, I mean,
Batman has gadgets.
He's got gadgets, but he's
got a bat wing. He can fly.
Yeah, but he can't just get the suit on, and who knows how long it takes Batman to get into that rubber suit.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good 2 hours.
Hold on. Wait, don't wield that blade yet. Hold on, I got to get in my rubber suit.
Okay.
A few hours later.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you need to go into special effects now because first off, the sound effect,
you like that?
Yeah. And the whole visual was
I know.
Stunning, absolutely.
Eat your heart out, Marvel.
And again, thanks Disney for screwing all that up.
Yeah.
Thanks Disney.
And Andy, one more.
Yeah, your food is bad at a restaurant. Do you say anything?
Typically, no. Actually, I've been with people who do, and it can be embarrassing depending on how they handle it. It kind of depends. I think I have before.
Right.
I guess it depends on how bad it is. I mean, if it's like really bad, sure, I'll politely say something. But it's not the waiter or waitress's fault.
Right. Yeah.
So be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind.
Dang it. Get happy food.
Yeah. And when you call customer service, it's not their fault that your stuff got messed up. Be kind.
100%.
And I used to work in customer service, so I've heard those customers.
Oh yeah.
I've heard those customers. Not fun.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I had one more. Quality or quantity?
Quality.
Well played, sir. Well played. Now, I mean, as long as you got quality, it doesn't matter how much of it you got. You could have a little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just look at Star Wars. How many of those are there?
That's true. That's true. The world was fine with 3 movies.
Right.
We didn't need any more.
No, but I think George Lucas got greedy and Disney, Okay, we're gonna go down a very dark hole.
Sorry.
No, hey, Christopher, thank you so much for spending time with us. And I know you've got to get to another call here. So
I do, and I haven't eaten yet today. I got to eat.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, we don't need you going into diabetic comas. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Thankfully, I'm not diabetic.
Shaw, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Check him out over on YouTube. We'll bring you back. We'll talk some more. We'll have fun. We'll nosh. It'll be amazing, darling. Trust me.
Hey, we'll nosh over pepperoni pizza with extra cheese.
Oh, we should.
Let's do it.
We'll do it. We'll get all our favorite places, and we'll all eat at the same time. And it'll be really gross for anybody watching.
Oh yeah, that could be an interesting podcast, huh?
Yeah.
Then we could do the ASMR version of it, so it'll be awesome.
Right,
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for being with us. Again, Christopher Shawn Shaw, Lifeless, a zombie,
a musical zombie, Friday, January 24th, 6 a.m. starting on the Kristian Movies YouTube channel.
Yes.
At Kristian Movies.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. That was a mouthful, and you nailed it perfect. So thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. We'll bring it back, and we're going to get Scott on here too, and he's going to tell us all sorts of horrible stories about you. It's going to be awesome.
I don't doubt it. God bless you all, and God bless your listeners.
God bless you. Thank you, Christopher, so much. All right, and so now we're going to say goodbye to Christopher. We got to get rolling. So next week, kids, and again, Christopher Shawn Shaw, check him out on YouTube.
Incredible. Yeah.
Next week, where are we at? Who do we got? Oh, that's right. We've got Crazy Auntie on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube sensation. She'll be with us, and she's over in London, so she's going to be on the evening version of her show. But very excited to have her on, and she's very excited to come on here. And we didn't pay her. So imagine that. Right?
Wow.
All right, kids. We're going to get out of here. We're going to take off. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do what we got to do because that's how we do it. And I'm just looking for our... There's the wedge with the Dead Campers. Hey, who are down in Southern California. They're in the San Diego area in San Pedro. So go check them out this weekend. Google them. The Dead Campers. Campers with a K. Great rockabilly, psychobilly, fun show, guys. So if you're down there, get out, go have some fun with it. In the meantime, we're going to take off, and we'll see you in 7 days.
7 days?
Same what time?
Same Iron Man time, same Iron Man channel. What? No. Clearly, you have something against the bat. So I'm giving this to you, Kristian.
It's my birthday.
It'll be so much fun.
All right, we're gonna take off. Please like, follow, subscribe. Be good to each other. Take care of each other out there. Over the past few weeks, we know we need to be doing that. So let's do it, kids. It ain't that hard just to be nice and help each other out. All right, we will see you in 1 week. Thank you so much for being here. And
do you need help? Want me to run it?
All right, peace out, kids. We'll see you.